Let's go with c5. My opponent is typing my way here. My opponent says they are closing the stream. Okay, just instinctually, right? It's like c5, e6. No, slower game. Let's try this. Okay, well, I'm going to try to get in d5 with tempo. What we could end up having here is this bishop end up getting a shut out of the game. Try this now. Push, chop, chop, bishop here. I don't want to deal with that pin. So there's two reasons behind it. Still supporting a queen here. And stopping bishop here, knight here, or bishop pin after an eventual d5. So if I do d5 takes, bishop backs up, h6 to stop bishop pinning the knight, and also knight here, because I might be wanting to follow up with bishop e6. So I think d5 is the correct move right here. d5. And will the bishop retreat right away, or will there be the giving up of some central control? Will this pawn no longer be on e4 and controlling f5, d5? We're going to see about that. All right. Maybe I should have been in pre-move mode with that one. And, okay. I don't know about the queen in between move there. It's really not an inconvenience. I just block. And what I'm seeing here is bishop here. This is an annoying pin. Even more so now because I could be playing my knight to d4, hitting the queen. And the bishop, and the knight. In fact, this might be winning. Bishop g4. Oh, there's going to be a lot of holes here. I'm pretty sure there's going to end up being a lot of holes on the white side now. The structure is going to be crushed. Bishop here. If h3, it's knight d4, queen back. Bishop takes knight, bishop takes bishop, or bishop takes knight and then knight takes bishop. There'd be doubled f pawns, doubled b pawns, and isolated d pawn. And that's a disaster. Bishop here, if bishop g5, same story. I still play here. Bishop g4, bishop here, fork. I think this is just right. I think it's the best move. So the insertion of this check, I'm really questioning as white, if you were to consider the queen e2 move, you should say to yourself, is it going to pose, like, is it going to be an inconvenience for black? In this case, it's not. I just developed. I might have done that even if the queen didn't give check. Might have just played to e7. I probably would have. I think castling would have been best, and I was planning on just h6 first, and only then bishop e7, and then castle. In that particular order. I didn't want to allow bishop g5 stuff. So I don't know what to suggest for white, because this is going to be brutal now. This is tough. What I was saying about the structure being damaged is all that stuff is going to happen now. So I believe that this is best. Take the knight first, and only then take the bishop. However, what I mean, I could still see it being defendable over here against the king side. Like bishop takes, pawn takes, I take here. Oh, you know what? I think my knight stands better than their bishop. So I'm going to take here first and then look for queen d7 to h3 or even f5. I think that's more accurate. So I'm not going to take this bishop. I'm seeing it more as just being out of place, out of position. Queen here, here. Because if I do this and then the bishop plays here, queen f5, and then I'm at least getting this pawn. Maybe even could kick that bishop away later on. So I think this is correct. Just making sure. This guy isn't going to go anywhere to bother me. There could be a bishop here, but I have b5. I'm going to do this. And there's no way to really get rid of this knight. Right here, it blocks the queen's view of f3. Bishop here allows for knight takes bishop followed by a fork. So he's a tough guy. Right here, these are the two pieces I have in my hand. I'm weighing my knight on d4 and my bishop on the bishop on b3. This one is much stronger. So let's hang on to him. Now, I think queen here. Or actually queen here. Queen here with the knight takes as a threat. I should maybe. No, I'm gonna go here. Watching over this square still. Could win this pawn. Maybe just queenside castle. Yeah, I'm just gonna queenside castle. I have an attack against this king. Queenside castle, bishop here, pointing at this square. If rook here, yeah, I'm gonna do. Hang on. This seems a little silly, but I don't want that rook to play here. 37 seconds. This was poor time management. Very, very poor time management. I didn't want to castle because of bishop h6. Rook takes pawn, I queenside castle, and I think I'll be able to do some damage soon. Everything's centering around this knight's position on d4. Poor time management. I got caught up talking too much about what I wanted to do, and there were many appealing things, so that's kind of what made me chew up that time. Okay, now I could get this. This was what I was talking about earlier, that fork. Take the bishop and then follow up with d4. And I'm just going to take, even though it repairs that structure, let's watch over this pawn, and also g7. Get castled. I have this square covered. Just bishop here, also stopping this pawn push and threatening mate. It's threaten mate. Mate in one threat. Maybe an immediate rook here so that the rooks can't double. Okay, that was missed. Time. I had less than 30. They were getting close to time as well. All right, good game. Let's back up and flip this position, looking at it from your perspective. Rook g2 is pretty much needed right there. So, yeah. I think this is already a problem for white. Right here. You'll have to be real cautious about the bishop being played here. I know I do it a lot in bullet, but I'm not really one to do it in a slower game. I just kind of do it because I'm looking for something really quick. You might want to think about getting your f4 move in first. You know, Grand Prix type of position. There's knight c3 here. Maybe looking into knight c3 before declaring your light square bishop's intentions. Knight c3, because maybe there's cases where you want to play to b5. I'm not a great big fan of the, develop knights before bishops principle, but this is one that you could kind of, you know, you could still follow that rule in this case right here. When it comes time to determine is it the queen knight or the king bishop you should be moving right now, I'm a bit in favor of just this knight coming out first. Have these two squares available. Keep these options open. So look into knight c3 here. And I don't know, this turns out to backfire really quick. Pawn push is premature, I'm pretty sure. I attack it a second time, you defend it, I can hit it a third time, and then there's no other defense. So d5, I mean, I end up getting d5 in, and I don't know that you could really stop that. Are you able to really stop that? Maybe there's a queen e2 move early or something just to prevent d5 and me being able to recapture on d. I'm not so sure, but I mean, once it gets to this point, you're in trouble. Queen e2, this may already be a move that loses, because eventually I just block the check and you're still having to react to the bishop. The bishop pinned, and this is too difficult to deal with. Knight d4, so really do watch out for this expansion with d5. Look into knight c3 before the bishop's deployment, and also maybe even thoughts of f4 before your knight playing to f3, going in for a Grand Prix, a closed Sicilian. So, okay. I didn't really have a whole lot to offer on that one, but it did come to a point early on where that queen e2 move, I think, turns out to be dead for white there. Structurally, it's really tough.